handful of presenters, a massive microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Season 8, Test Show 0.08, or 08, or whatever it is. It's not a full show yet, we're still testing. The penultimate test show. And yes, we've already experienced our technical difficulties for the morning, afternoon, evening, day.
Whatever time it is for you.
Yes.
If you're one of the downloadable listeners.
Exactly. We've had technical difficulties already. It's been a fun time. Mostly to do with everything breaking. And I've no idea where the camera's pointing my direction.
That's too far away from my glasses to see. You got a fair amount of headroom above you.
That's right. I am knackered. It's been a long day.
And in IRC we have...
Us.
Yeah. Me and you.
Well, this is what happens when we don't start broadcasting on time. We get technical difficulties, then no one appears in channel, and it all goes to pot.
I'll join. Don't worry.
Yay, Alex will be in channel. And then there'll be 3 people in the studio ignoring the stream. Yay! Dedicated RC monkey. He can be
Evie's looking for a job. We can pay her in snacks, right?
We'll have to post the snacks to her.
But we have Red K. Hello, Red K.
Hello, Red K! Yay, a listener. Someone who battled through our technical difficulties, even though we're now like 10 minutes late. But it's fine.
Yay.
We're here now. That's the important thing, I think. And now we've done. Can we go back to bed? I'm tired.
No.
Oh, but sleep.
No, because then I'd have to be in the booth.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Controlling the shiz.
I suppose you could wake me. You could wake me up before the show kind of ends.
Do that.
I'm just having a look at our stream at the moment. For some reason, the stream's working for me. It's delayed, but it's working for me.
This stream's fairly delayed anyway.
I mean, if I was to bring this up. Someone who battled through our technical difficulties, even though we're now like 10 minutes late. But it's fine. There you go, see? So yeah, the stream's working for me.
Wonderful time travel.
Stream time.
I'm speaking to you from the future, because by the time you hear this, it'll be the past. That's how it works,
That
right?
is, we'll be in the past and you'll be in the future, but we're talking to you in the future from the past, but for us it's the present. Goddamn time travel headaches again.
Yeah, that.
I was speaking time travel headaches.
I was having time travel antics at work not so long ago. I was speaking to someone for whom it was already tomorrow. I know. They were in Australia. Well, they're in New Zealand, to be specific. And they were generally
You mean
saying...
Middle Zealand? He's muting me, isn't he? Is he just taking off his head? He's refusing to listen to me, isn't he? What are you doing, TK? What are you doing?
I don't have a newspaper.
And me without my Nerf gun. Stop it! No, no, why did it... Do you want me to get that for you?
Hi, Clan! It did not work as recording. Rest with the skip under the fridge. Oh, that was my certificate work.
Oh man, it is. Dusty under there.
Thank you all.
You're welcome.
And all was well.
And Felix Rikers his way back into his chair.
And part of that conglomerate was my wonderful certificate that I'm supposed to be keeping flat. For being awesome at work, which I showed you last week.
Yay!
Things I got this week, though, which could be a whole new segment in this damn show, couldn't it? Things that TK got this week, probably from eBay. Fancy a hat. And Postman Pat on vinyl.
Ooh.
Hells yeah. So, I now has records in my collection of the Postman Pat variety.
And the new hat has not gone unnoticed in IRC.
Who Oh.
I'm keeping an eye on IRC, don't worry.
Yes, at least someone is. I'm going to have to install that new mouse you got for me actually properly at some point. Because the hash way I've done it at the moment is not working as according to...
You mean plug it in properly, because you can't really install it.
Well, I mean, like, get the cable, not plug it into a USB hub that's up behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just watching the stream of me showing
And
off
we finally have a
stuff.
Tony Wolf back in channel. Because he, once again, has internets that work.
Hooray!
Woo.
It's a thing. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, he is presumably very happy to have internet back.
It has been a long time since I've been here, he says in channel. Yes, it
Mhm.
has, but we're happy to have you back. And welcome to any
We are.
returning listeners who aren't listening live, but are listening on our podcasts, or on the YouTube feed, or wherever you are. Welcome. Welcome to this madness that is TigerTails Radio. I'm your host, TK, getting everything back on topic. And if you're watching on the YouTube, you will see them on the big screen. There is a Felis
Hello.
and an Angel Duck Song,
Hello.
aka Alex, as we always call him, because Angel Duck Song is too many syllables for us to bother with. The rest of us only have 2 syllables. He has many, so he is now Alex. He can join the 2-syllable club. That's how it works, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, good. We'll take this off. There's no black cake. Sweat like a pig. I can't wear my headphones with it on.
Yeah, I've noticed. Well, I'm a fan of these nice little earphones here that just go in the ear.
Yeah, I want to get some new in-the-ear ones. Actual proper.
These are actually a 20 quid pair of Sennheisers, and they actually work pretty well.
I got a...
They're not overly basic.
Am I really quiet again suddenly? I was fine earlier.
Not in my ears.
Hello? The fucking headphones. I hate these headphones.
Alex,
Hello.
we
Hello.
require your input.
Is it PS2 input?
No,
or
over
USB?
whether or not TK's too quiet.
I don't feel this always comes out like the loudest of all of us. But
By dint of having the best microphone in the room, usually.
you see, I could do that and he'd still probably be of a good volume.
Probably.
Then I've kind of turned him down to below half.
Who, me?
No, Felis.
Who?
Which is
Me?
great, because now I don't overwhelm everyone if I go really close.
Unless I do that.
Unless you just... Ah!
What?
Why would you do that to me?
Or this.
For this?
You can see that one was coming.
Oh.
Go on then.
Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. I am happy now.
Good, good.
That'll keep me tied over for half the show.
Exactly. Well, we can let you have another go at another half soon. Yay! Oh my god. Just look, channel. Tony Wolf has gone 7 months without internet.
Oh my.
Yes,
That's
he's
crazy amount of time.
had to rely on his mobile a lot.
How did you live? I would be everywhere just sucking internet out of things. If you could hand me a wet rag and say the internet was in this, and I'd just be there sucking the internet out of it. 7 months, bugger that. I got arsey enough when it was only 1 month when BT failed to install the landline here properly, all them years ago. But 7 months?
And again,
No.
I go to people, I've got a working BT Wi-Fi password that they can use in case of emergency, and nobody ever takes me up on it, no matter how desperate they are.
Well, there's no decent hub around here to take you up on it with, so...
Oh, it's the BT Wi-Fi hotspot, the one that usually shows up, BT Wi-Fi and BT Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but it's
with
always
FOM.
on like, oh, I've got connection. It's like piss poor, so there's no point trying to connect to me because you won't get anything once you are connected. But I'm here. I mean, I could actually turn it on.
Sometimes it peaks at 500 kilobytes, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's only just above dial-up.
I managed to... Come on, we all know how slow dial-up was.
Yeah, it was almost as fast as Sky.
I'm doing quite well with Sky.
Fucking hate Sky broadband. It's like, you're with B, are you? Wonderful. You know that speed you had? Forget it. That's gone the way.
They are one of the more fair companies when it comes to throttling people.
Well, the BT...
In that they do their absolute best to not to ever, but they don't like letting you have any customization options on your router.
At all. I've explored some of the customization options on this BT Home Hub thing, and they're not brilliant, but they're not the worst I've ever seen either.
We have the basic of choose your channel, choose which broadcasting you're doing, and change your encryption type and all that.
Yeah, all the standard stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, all the
And, port forwarding.
Yep, that's all pretty standard as well.
But choosing the dedicated machine for a static IP and all that other stuff, they don't let you do that so much.
No.
Well, with the Home Hub, it's kind of smart in the way that you can just assign static IPs to your PC, and the Home Hub just deals with it.
Yeah, the last hub we had was the O2 Wireless Box 4 with the rebranded Thomson,
Yep.
and I was able to set my PC as a static machine, the preferred machine for the static IP address, because I was doing a bit of Minecraft stuff and other hostings.
Yeah.
So,
Whereas with the BT Home Hub, you just do it at DNS level on the actual PC itself, and the Home Hub just goes, fair enough. Static IP for that machine then. And the Home Hub also lets you assign a username and password in for a dynamic DNS service. So if you want a static address, the Home Hub will automatically update the dynamic DNS service you've got, which I thought was quite nice. It wasn't a necessary thing, and I haven't seen it in a great many routers, but I was quite happy to have that function in there, because when I moved over from BE to BT, I lost my static IP address, which made me sad in the face. So, for the purposes of Minecrafting and gaming, we now have the DYN DNS style address hidden behind the TigerTails.co.uk URL.
it might be worthwhile at some point looking into Realms when it comes over here.
What is Realms?
The built-in server hosting
For
Minecraft. They're actually having
What?
official servers.
What?
Minecraft.
What is this? Built-in official servers.
Yeah. They've teamed up with one of the biggest providers of Minecraft servers and basically said, right, you are now official. We're going to hold you up to standards. And you'll be able to buy and manage your Minecraft servers from within Minecraft.
That's pretty cool.
It started off in Sweden. They've had beta access to Realms there. And it's now moving across to other countries soon, probably sometime around 1.8 when we'll get the username changes and the mod API.
Yay, the long-promised mod
They have been
API.
working on it.
Yeah, I've seen kind of news reports about bits of code.
Well, basically, people are starting going, oh, why have you not put in the mod API? And they're starting going, look, you see all these little bits that we put each time we've done this snapshot and told you about? All of those things are the stepping stones that are being built into the mod API.
It's
This
coming,
is the foundations
guys.
and little bits until it finally comes together.
And then it'll be the glorious beefcake of mod API that you've been waiting for.
Exactly.
I say glorious beefcake, you know what I mean.
And username changes without changing our Minecraft account name.
Without
That's a thing
changing the
that's been put
account
in.
name.
Yeah.
Oh. So my account can still be what it previously was, but I can
Yeah,
then
but you can change your username.
ad hoc?
I haven't got any details yet. I think that's
Okay.
coming out in the next 7-point update.
Because that would be kind of cool.
Because we've just had another snapshot, which is mostly for map makers and coders.
Can we actually start getting decent maps made of our Minecraft worlds? Because
Uh,
that would be really nice.
One of the built-in mods that might be coming with the API is a stencil program. You know, a lot of people, when they make their own custom things in Minecraft, they'll basically make a super flat world or something like that, or make a
Yeah.
blank world, and then drop it all in an external program,
Yeah.
which is kind of cheating.
A
But
lot.
this is a program that have an overlay in game,
Oh, okay.
so you can actually build things and see where everything goes without going, oh fuck, I put a block out of place.
What I want is a program that will generate a map, a flat map. Yeah, you don't have to make it all 3D or anything. Just a basic, kind of like the Minecraft styling map almost, you could go.
Yeah.
That when you press the button, it takes a snapshot of the entire server as made so far. As in, everywhere a player has been, that is snapshotted. With markers, so you know where the fuck everyone else is. That would be useful, because I don't think I'm ever going to find Pete.
Fun.
And of course, he wasn't here yesterday, and so we didn't get any progress made into the locating of each other.
Have you tried, like, I always used to build markers for myself.
Yeah, well, Pete wandered off, you see, and got lost. And so I kind of wandered in the vague direction I thought he'd gone, and then probably got myself
It's
lost.
like when I tried to find you guys and just ended up going, nope, I'm just going to set camp up on this island.
Yeah, well, that's what we've done. We've got our own camps.
No, I went to find you guys, veered off in a slightly wrong direction based on very vague things that was told to me.
What you should have done is just watch the stream back to see where we went.
Yeah, but the bitrate and juddering and meh.
You could have just like skipped to places, and just to see where we went. You know, because we actually moved on the.
I couldn't when I first joined because it was playing from the beginning.
Because when
That was the beginning of the
first
bar.
started, it was our second or third episode. If you'd watched episode 1, that would have told you vaguely where we went.
Vaguely, yeah, but then I had to watch that whilst trying to keep up with the stuff that you guys were doing at the moment, and yeah.
Yeah. But I've abandoned one of my main bases.
But all you guys have to do is, backtrack and find the village.
Redk says there are map apps there for Minecraft. Yeah, but you have to do dickery with Minecraft. You
Yeah,
can't
and
be
there
after-
is, it's part of the, I know it's built into the Yogbox set, but there's basically, I think it's Ray's minimap, which will show the other players if they're outside of the range of the map as a marker on the edge.
Yeah.
Like most other games with a minimap will do if something's too far away to show.
Like all the maps I have in-game showing me off the edge of the map because I've gone walkies.
Or even somebody setting a marker, and I think everybody else on the server will be able to see that marker. So they'll just see a little blue dot when they turn around off in the distance, like a waypoint.
Yeah. Everyone's going, set waypoints and stuff, set that big beam in the sky thing, which I've done once or twice. And it's like, yeah, but I can't remember.
Make a beacon.
Beacon,
when
that's
we
what-
haven't gone to the Nether yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minecraft talk.
And the beacon light will fade out just past view distance for some people.
Mm.
Not even in
I'm lucky enough.
Nancy.
I can put this at 16 chunks.
We don't even have diamond yet, let alone obsidian, so we are not going to the Nether anytime soon. I've barely got out of a village. I've made it my home, and I'm squatting there. And it's not your
Same
village.
for me. You sure
It's-
it's not my village?
I'm
It's
quite
in the
sure.
savannah.
Yeah, this isn't.
Ah, that's okay then.
This is by the coast almost.
Have we just started annexing parts of the continent?
I think so.
I started to slowly build empires, and eventually we will come to blows.
Well, you see, what it's going to have to be, I'm either going to have to make a decision if I'm to go and continue to find Pete, or if I'm going to go head west and try and find my old base.
This is kind of fun because, as far as I can see, we're actually one of the very few people that bother playing Minecraft out there that don't use many mods.
I don't use any mods.
Exactly.
It's like everyone mods their Minecraft to hell.
Personally, for me, fuck Tekkit.
Really.
Yeah.
I used Simplecraft for a while.
I like the whole, industrial revolution aspect to it. Machinery and quarry mining, but then it's just a case of, we need to get better tubes. Why do we need better tubes? To build better machines. Why do we need better machines? Because they go slightly faster than the old machines.
Welcome to life.
Again, I haven't kept up with all that. Floating Lime used to be the
The
person
Tekkit
we
god.
go to talk about Tekkit because, yay.
Floating Line was like the
It
Tekkit
was.
god.
Yeah, for quite a while actually.
But I've never played Tekkit. Like I said, I dabbled
I
with
did play
Simplecraft,
the
but that was
whole,
it.
the full Yogbox collection.
I had Simplecraft so I could have infinite wolves that were immortal and didn't keep committing suicide.
I did want to get the airship mod working properly so my fantastic creations could fly.
Your fantastic creation.
Red is talking about something external.
Oh, hello.
Overviewer.org. Well, what is this?
This needs to be clicked.
Yes.
And clicked it shall be. Oh,
Oh,
those
just-
things.
The players will just update with where they are every so often.
Yeah, but doesn't that have to be like coded into Minecraft so it automatically updates? Because that's the kind of stuff I really can't be bothered with doing right now.
I will be. So I'm a bookmark this, and we will pour over it after the show
Indeed.
because that would be the sensible thing to do because we're overrunning slightly.
Ever so
We haven't even
slightly.
talked about our weeks. We just waffled for the last.
Yeah, about Minecraft for half an hour. Mind you, considering we're supposed to be like a show about gaming, and Minecraft is a game, technically
That we all
were
play.
on topic.
That's exactly why I've been quiet, though. It's because you've been talking about Minecraft.
Don't
Okay.
lie. You've been
Well-
talking on Skype and looking at naked pictures.
Because
of
you've
Oscar.
been, but you've been talking about Minecraft. I have no input for that game at all, other than it's.
Have you tried a
okay.
keyboard?
Face your freaking.
So don't try rolling up paper and baffing it with it. It doesn't work.
It really
roll up
doesn't.
some Newspaper, hardened by water.
You know, newspaper goes soft when you get it wet.
I forget what you can do. You can do something to it that makes it really
Add PVA glue
hard.
and then wait for it to dry.
Coating it in model resin usually works for that.
I wonder if hairspray would work.
I hate that movie, so it probably would.
Yeah. I'll baff you with the DVD of it. That would work. Double insult. 1, I used hairspray. 2, I didn't use a Blu-ray.
I'm not really that bothered about Blu-ray, really. There aren't very many movies that I just sit there and go, that has to be watched in HD.
Any Disney/Pixar CGI film.
Well, I had to get Megamind in the Blu-ray edition because, hell yeah.
I've seen the HD version of Bolt, and that was amazing.
Didn't you have that on last time?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Because, fuck yeah, Bolt. Bolt's amazing. Especially in HD. Oh, channel's flashing. Why is channel flashing? Hello!
Why is channel flashing?
Ah, they're talking about real life. Real life is a scary concept, so I don't want to go into it.
I can't
actually,
remember how far behind the stream is, so...
Nor do I. So, speaking of real life, and how we don't want to go into it, Alex, how was your week?
Meh, it's been alright. Just work. Finally settled into work properly. Other than that...
And
nothing
delicious
much.
headphone cables.
I always chew my headphone cables. Not that anyone can see.
Well, I apparently could.
He talks about how he doesn't want to eat on stream, but then he chooses headphone cables. So that's it, that was your week, was it?
We just silenced him.
Yeah.
Well, my week has been incredibly boring. I haven't done anything. I haven't gone and watched anything. I haven't really played much new. It's just been an average week. That's about it.
He is the man of many words this week, isn't he? So, Felix, how was your week?
My week. I introduced the girlfriend to Mass Effect.
Hi, girlfriend. This is
Yay.
Mass Effect. Hi, Mass Effect. This is girlfriend. I hope you two will get along.
And they do.
Oh, really?
Yes. To the point where I'm now having to make it easier for her to play by restoring the locked out control pad settings. Mostly because at the moment I'm on a single bed and therefore it's hard for two people to have mouse and even with laptop and the mouse to one side and then me with a keyboard and a mouse on the other side. It doesn't work too well at all is what I'm getting at.
Ever thought about getting a PC desk?
Or maybe a double bed.
You're getting a double bed, though. So
I'm getting a double
You don't
bed.
need to think about getting a double bed because you're getting one.
I know.
So maybe you should think about getting a PC desk instead because you're not getting one of those. Therefore,
There is
thinking
a
about it would be a valid
desk
idea.
that's part of the house furniture in the room that I'm moving into.
Well, there you go.
Because I'm moving downstairs. Yay!
Such a long way.
Such a long way. It's just
Yeah.
going to take an afternoon to move stuff over.
You're going to have to redirect all of your mail.
Oh no! Wait.
Do you connect wirelessly at your place or wired? Are you wireless at your place for internet?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay.
And because the living room is now being turned into a extra bedroom, what the maintenance guy is going to do is he's going to staple the cord all around the living room,
Yeah.
have it come out through a hole in the door frame and a miniature shelf above the living room door.
Yeah.
And he's going to put the router up on there, so it's we don't have to disturb anybody if we need to sort anything out.
Makes sense.
And also makes good use of the space in the hallway because we have a very narrow hallway. It is maybe 4 feet, 3.5 to 4 feet wide.
Crikey.
Yeah. Well, not
And-
even
and you're
that
gonna be
actually.
sitting
You
up a
can't
shelf.
even get a single mattress length sideways in it.
Really?
Really,
Yeah, that's it.
really. It is an old house.
Have fun trying to get a double mattress to it. Left bit, right bit, right. Jink it. Oh, never mind. Well, he didn't need that light fitting.
I think the light fitting broke actually. We had to stand on the stairs, stand on tippy toe, have somebody else brace you, and hope that they don't actually fall down as somebody accidentally broke a light bulb off in the hallway light fixture. That was fun.
We're being admonished in channel for not playing Stick of Truth yet. It's on my to-do list, I must say, because it does look...
It's on my watch somebody play it eventually list.
Yeah, I must admit, where it does play out like an episode of South Park, I think I would get just as much enjoyment from watching someone else play it as I would if I played it myself.
haven't enjoyed much South Park. I just sort of trailed off watching it.
When did you stop, though? Because it really does matter.
It was before the chef guy leaving.
Yeah. It's picked up again since then.
Has it?
Oh, yeah.
And I've watched a few of the specials since then. Like the World of Warcraft episode, the
Yeah.
anime episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much the turning point when it started to get good again. And it's been quite good ever since. I mean, the most recent episodes I've seen were the Game of Thrones.
Didn't see it. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
They were funny. It was the Black Friday sales episodes.
That was it.
That was hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed those. And it's like, yep, South
Sorry.
Park is indeed back and better than ever. Hell yeah, South Park.
What else has been going on the week? It's actually been a lazy week for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Saturday. I visited my grandmother.
Yeah.
Had a few sorry moments. My mother's dog finally died.
Oh.
She's 13-year-old Jack Russell Terrier.
Okay, so it's had a good life.
Yeah, Jack Russell Terrier. Jack Russell, full stop, actually. Yeah, and she had breast cancer, which she's had for quite a while, and it ironically gave our dog breasts. But we couldn't actually, the vet said she wouldn't survive going under just for a pre-op examination thing, because when she was a puppy, she decided to go play with a baby adder.
Ah.
/ viper, they're the same species, really.
And
that was the better part of $1,000 that I paid back then to help rescue the dog.
Christ.
And ever since then, because of the effects of the snake venom, the lifelong effects, her kidneys were damaged, some of our digestion system was not working right. So she wouldn't have survived going under to be able to have any treatment for it. And she started getting worse during the week. Finally stopped being able to make it up the stairs, first started falling out, extra lumps, and took her into the vet. Apparently she didn't even last for a whole injection before.
Wow.
When they were putting her down.
She knew her time was up.
Yeah.
And she was like, nope, I'm going now.
And my
Chris?
mother did not take my advice.
What was that?
I said, Mum, if you have a dog put down, have it done at home. Give her a big bowl of spaghetti to eat as the guy's injecting her, and I have to be stood there dressed up as the godfather. Because damn it, if we're putting a hit out on the family dog, we're doing this right.
Oh dear.
Gallows humor.
I'm not
We does it.
I'm not caffeinated enough for this.
And nobody is.
True facts. I'm gonna
But yeah, apart from that, went to see my grandmother. Managed to trip out to Hythe, albeit with company, but actually managed the whole trip out to go all the way to Hythe.
Well, that's progress.
It's progress.
Mind you, hi.
Minor freak out when I forgot the way from the marina to where my grandmother lives.
Well, that's understandable. But then again, it's Hythe. You can
Yeah.
cross the whole thing in half an hour, and it is a retirement town, pretty much. So
It is.
It's just full of dead people and dying people.
And some school kids who are very, very bored. Very,
Very,
very bored.
Very bored. You gotta feel sorry for
We've
them.
got to go back there again at some point. Not for my grandmother,
Just
but
to laugh at
because
kids.
there was a lovely little kitschy shop which had an owl hat in the window.
Oh, nice.
So there are people who want to go back and check that out.
Would that be Celine?
It would be.
'Cause I can't imagine you in an owl hat.
Really can't, can you?
I can imagine you in lots of
And
hats.
this isn't like, a cutesy owl hat. It actually looks kind of mean. It's looking at me like I owe it money.
Ha ha ha.
I think that's part of what makes her like it. He's listening right now, I think. Hi.
Hi. Owl hat.
Yeah, and everything else is just preparing the house for extra bedrooms and new roommates.
Fair enough.
I feel like I'm being looked at.
Ah,
Well, there's a reason for that. Possibly, it's because you're being looked at.
and yet you can still hear me on the microphone.
Indeed. The
Yup.
magic of
I'm good at
technology.
product placement.
I'm just sticking a microphone in front of my face, and it appears as this kind of black blob in front of me. It's my microphone, children.
Yeah. I still want to use my Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This thing.
your Yeti's a little bit too excessive, I think.
It really is.
Oh, he loves his yay.
Ooh, this hat looks weird on the webcam.
Hmm?
I've put a different hat on.
Have I shifted slightly on webcam? Oh, that's because I was leaning backward. So I'm looking at the screen now and... Yay.
Yay. Got my little porpoise hat on.
Porpoise?
Well, newsboy.
Oh, porpoise.
Yes.
You said porpoise. I was like, wait, what?
P-A-U-T-E-R-S.
He is! Stop that!
Why? Why? Hi. not chewing it.
Lies he is.
And hello, channel.
I can't believe he'd blatantly lie like that.
I know, right? In front of everyone. He's just Captain McLiar Flippy Pants.
I'm not chewing it with the capital.
His name is Alex. He told lies to channel.
And the mic cable in his teeth.
I'm not with it today.
Is it just resting there? Or perhaps is it pining for the fjords?
hiding for the fjords?
Hiding for the fjords.
What kind of talk is that? But yeah, it's been one of those long weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to segue straight back to go, so how about your week, TK?
Yeah, well, there you go. My week has been okay. I've been spending a lot of it training for a new product at work. They're not new products, they're new to me. I'm being upskilled on them. And it's all about pensions. And it's complicated. And it involves stuff. And my brain hurts because they've been cramming it full of knowledge. And then today, they'd finished cramming it full of knowledge. And they sent me back downstairs to listen to some people taking phone calls. And I listened to phone calls. And most of them weren't relevant to my interests. Which wasn't very helpful. And the ones that were fairly simple that I could have solved without training. And that was a shame. There's about 3 or 4 out of all the calls that were actually useful to me. Which didn't really help. And so now tomorrow I get to go live on the phones to answer lots of calls that I'm probably not going to be able to answer. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to have so much fun. And all my lovely, lovely work to get like my adherence down to things like it should be and things like that is going to go all out the window. But on the plus side, they are expecting my stats to be ruined by this upskill trading, so it's going to be interesting. And then on Thursday, I get to find out what my bonus is. Because apparently I'm eligible. Apparently I started just in time to be included in this bracket of bonuses for this year.
You heard it, gentlemen. He's eligible.
Yes, I am.
He is.
And a confirmed bachelor, if you know what I mean.
Yes, he's barbecue beef flavored bachelors.
That's a thing.
Oh, you mean a bachelor, not bachelor super noodles.
Oh, super noodles. Seriously?
Bachelors do dog chow as well.
Dog chow.
Yeah, they're called super noodles.
Aha!
You see what I did there?
That we did. What you did there, we saw it.
But I really should have gone to bed earlier last night, I think. Because today I'm...
Seems like last night was just a night of no sleep for most people, really.
Indeed.
I had troubles getting to sleep. I couldn't get back to sleep when I woke up at 10:25 a.m.
Oh, my heart
If
bleeds.
you've listened to TigerTails for a while...
I'm in training. And at 10:25 this morning. It was hard. I was playing on the internet though, so it's fine. We're doing our e-business training. I was going, here is the internet site. Here is all the things, how the internet site works. Most of the shit you already know. Here's how it differs for your pension product that you're doing at the moment. Have fun with that. I was like, it's a piece of cake. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I've done it. Oh, the business bit is easy. The difficult bit is explaining it to all the peasants that are going to be on the phones asking about it. Yay.
that's what I've got to say. A bit's my week.
Yeah.
About 2-3 weeks before production things begin at my place again. Most because most of my audio stuff has been packed away.
By production things, do you mean like bad fanfic theatre?
Like bad fanfic theatre.
that we plugged last week?
That we plugged last week. That I still haven't worked on websites for.
Yeah.
Because distractions.
Yeah, I know about them. My work for the TigerTails radio website to get these test shows uploaded has been afflicted by such distractions. On the plus side, I've been getting the audio uploaded. I just haven't been doing the actual site work. So all the back end's up and ready. It's just the front end I need to update. And you can all stop smirking at the word back end.
Can we? Because I'd much rather continue smoking whilst I don't know where to go. For now.
Okay, you can smirk, but you can smirk while making tea. Because, god damn, I need tea. In fact, Alex can make
Rock,
tea.
paper, scissors, Alex.
It's
It's 1, 2, 3, then go. Okay?
1, 2, 3.
I'm making the drinks. But I have all of the news, so let's see how that works out.
Yeah, that was going to be my problem. It's like, I haven't got any of the
Alright.
news this weekend.
Your round, after the news, my round.
What are you talking about? I'm not in the news right now.
Gaze upon my many tabs.
Why have you got gaze upon your tabs?
Gaze.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You know, my
I
deep,
already have.
penetrating eye contact.
I already have some news.
Fine. I'm going to play the jingle regardless. You two could bicker between yourselves in silence.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
This is the bit where one of you two starts reading the news.
Okay, hello there, everybody. It seems I've got some news that is gaming related.
Boo! Get off the stage!
What are you talking about? My voice is so much more smooth and crisp than yours.
I call bullshit.
I call the ladies.
I
Anyway.
call one of you two in here to take this cup so I can have a cup of tea.
Yeah, to ask when this training order would be lifted.
It seems that the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist live action series is coming along nicely.
Yay!
We've all seen that there's been it's a mini episode, I believe. If you haven't seen it, type it into YouTube.
What?
Right now.
What do you mean, mini episode?
It is like a mini episode.
I saw
isn't
like a
it?
behind the scenes thing of some B-roll footage.
Well, they've released that fight against Ken and Ryu.
That was yonks ago, dude!
Exactly.
That was like 3 years ago.
Exactly.
That's not...
That's why I said everybody's seen it. Like, come on. If
You
you
said
haven't
mini episode. Bollocks, it was a fan short.
That's a mini episode.
No, because it's nothing canon with what they're doing at the moment.
No, I know, but it's like.
So it's not really an episode, it's a fan short.
Anywho.
It was a
That-
proof of concept. There
Yes,
you go.
exactly. Proof of concept.
Like the Mortal Kombat thing.
Yes. Now, what we got now is that they're actually doing a full series of this, just like they did for Mortal Kombat Legacy.
You are falling off the webcam. I swear you're doing it
Am I?
deliberately. Not you.
Oh, him.
Me.
Yes.
Isn't it
That's-
usually me?
That's because I'm trying to talk into this and sound like half decent.
Well, that bit's more important, I suppose. So yeah, go on then.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a new teaser up. It doesn't have a release date yet.
Nope.
But it will have its first trailer really, really soon, according to the productions team.
Ah, hell yeah.
So if you even if you don't really like Street Fighter or that, it's the proof of concept.
It looks so good.
does.
Some of the I saw some of the behind the scenes stuff and how they did fireballs. I was like, that's genius.
How do they do it?
Ah, that'd be spoilers. You have to watch the
It's not
video.
Spoilers. It's a behind the sines random technical info thing.
Exactly, you'd have to watch that video because it's well worth it. And it's only the briefest glimpse, but it's like that's incredible. That's so simple and obvious. And why has no one else done it this way yet? Because why make it all CG when you can use practical effects? That's what I will say. Yeah. But I was actually following Street Fighter. I want to call it Street Fighter Legacy now. Fuck Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Before it was even a thing, when they were just mooting the idea on Kickstarter. And it seemed for a long time that it wasn't going to get funded because it was way, way off its mark. And then all of a sudden, one day, it vanished from Kickstarter. And everyone was like, "Ooh, where the fuck did it go?" And they turned around and says, "Yeah, we found someone who'll back it completely. So, watch this space, kids." It's like, okay, I will watch and I will wait.
And the
And-
cobwebs just slowly start. Time-lapse video. Imagine it.
Yeah, there were
Cobwebs, TK's beard growing out.
there were no cobwebs as far as I'm concerned. Fuck spiders. There was definitely dust.
Whatever floats your boat.
Water normally. Water normally floats across.
I
the boat.
usually say buoyancy for my smart aleck answer.
Well, you can't have buoyancy without some kind of liquid
Indeed.
or gas. But
Or
then surely
magic.
a gas is just a liquid.
Maybe
in
apply
a
some phlebotomy.
sponge. But either way, we're getting off topic.
Yes, you're
We
getting incredibly
are.
off topic.
Sponge has nothing to do with Street Fighter.
Coincidentally, the new Street Fighter, Ultra Street Fighter 4, will be coming out soon. I
But
believe
when will we get Ultra Street Fighter Alpha?
it comes out in May, I believe.
What is this Ultra Super Street Fighter 4 Special Technical Perfect
No,
Edition
it's
Arcade
Ultra
99 4?
Street Fighter 4, and it contains
Don't forget
a
the HD
mode.
re-release have said.
Oh yeah.
It contains a mode in which you can actually select which version of the characters from the different versions you'd like to play as. So you could play as the original Street Fighter 4 Sagat, for example.
We covered this recently.
We did.
I remember speaking about this very topic myself.
You can have an awesome
did.
Dan Through the Ages tournament.
No, it only covers Street Fighter 4 versions.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
that
so-
is silly because you can play as, the original Street Fighter 4 Sagat, who was the biggest dickhead in history.
Well,
No.
Way to put Caligula in his
you
place.
You think when I played Sagat in recent editions,
You
that
were-
he was
you a troll.
You think that's bad? He can do that so much better in the original Street Fighter 4.
What about Troll Vega?
I'm not too sure.
Because I was able to beat Alex's Troll Vega eventually. And I want to make sure that that remains, that I still get the occasional victory over his Troll Vega. It was never a frequent victory. His Troll Vega was quite trolly. But I figured out his Troll Blanca. That impressed me. I actually learned shit.
Wasn't Blanca just the original troll character,
Pretty much.
along with E Honda
Chun-Li I found was a troll character.
and any button masher character?
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to mash this button, and you was going to die.
They're still better than Maxim, am I right? No, Maxi even.
Oh, Maxi is amazing if you know how to control him.
Nobody knows how to control him. He's like Eddie in Street Fighter.
Hey, don't you diss Eddie. I got Eddie figured out.
I just did.
Eddie and
When he was first introduced, Tekken 3, it's basically he
Yeah.
was the button mash character.
a lot of people would say Law was a button mash character, but Law's actually a lot more nuanced now.
Even back then in 3, he was fairly nuanced, but Eddie was basically have an infinite chained combo.
It's not an infinite chain combo.
Pretty much.
It is not. There's about 6-7 hits on it. For about a third of health if you get really unlucky. Yeah, I got good at Tekken 3,
Fairly quick recovery time from it as well.
which was good. But then
For the person playing him.
they still haven't fixed that thing in Tekken though, where all you need to do is run up, low kick, run up, low kick, run up, low kick, and your
Yeah.
opponent will never stand again. I'm trying to get up. Fuck off. Nope. Low kick. Fuck off. Low kick. Fuck off. Low kick. Ah, damn it.
Wow, okay. Mega Man developer announces Azure Striker Gunvolt for the Nintendo 3DS. As
What?
we all know. Well, it looks like a similar style gameplay to Mega Man.
Oh my god, we love Metroidvania.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania game by the looks of it. But Mega Man creator
Well-
Keiji Inafune. Fuck! I did a Pete today.
Point to it on the screen.
Keiji Inafune has been busy with the ongoing development of 1999, as we all know, because everybody has funded that Kickstarter.
I
you know,
didn't. I had
and-
choices to make at the time.
And in 4 years' time, they will get a copy of the game and go, I don't even remember this game. But his studio, Inti Creates, is working on another game as well, Azure Striker Gunvolt.
Which sounds like Noel's hidden move in Blaze Blue, really.
So why aren't they working on 0 9? Why have they decided to split their resources?
I have no idea. They developed Mega Man 9
For
and 10.
shame.
They are also involved with Shantane, Half Genie Hero, which is another huge Kickstarter
Did
game.
you just say Shantane instead of Shantae?
Shantae.
Shantae.
That was so well timed.
Thank you.
I just sit there and just had to go to Tika and go, nod.
But yes. Shantae, Half Genie Hero, okay? Which is another 2D
Thing.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what
Well,
kind of style
we can't
game
really
it
say
is.
Metroidvania as much because these days Metroidvania things have a slightly open-ended component to them, despite the 2D runny platformy slashy.
Words.
Although
Words.
Castlevania will not be part of future Metroidvanias because it will no longer be 2D.
So, is one of the requirements for Metroidvania is that it's got to be 2D?
Not really. It's sort of like a
It's
game.
one of the main aesthetics of calling something a Metroidvania.
No. You can have 3D Metroidvania games. It just requires a room-by-room system. So you're like, you travel from one room to another. It's not a good example, but imagine if the like Devil May Cry 3, for example, right? That's room-by-room fighting, but imagine that, but freeform.
Now, are we talking the PC or the PS2 version? Because that's important when you're discussing Devil May Cry 3.
PC. I don't know.
Fuck you.
I just wanted to. Yeah, the Metroidvania games generally are. There's a story over here. You should go do it, but you can also, explore around and get your pickups. So you can get. You don't need them, but they'll give you boosts that might help you find more pickups and more.
It's like,
boosts.
we have things, you can do them.
Yeah. You don't have to do them, but you can.
Generally the idea.
Like,
What?
Amy Hennig has left Naughty Dog.
Where did he leave it?
The writer, Amy Hennig, has left
My
Naughty
bad.
Dog. You might remember her as the lead writer of things like the Uncharted series.
I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were rather good.
Yeah.
One and
This could be a
two
problem.
was good. Number
Apparently,
three.
well, yeah, there's when the writing started to go downhill, this is when she was basically told, we've got these set pieces in mind, and you've got to write around the spectacles that we've envisioned for you. Rather than before, it's basically a case of, we'll let Amy write the whole story, and we'll try our best to bring it to fucking life. Apparently, work there has gotten worse and worse for her. There are rumours that she's been forced out by a couple of the guys who are the, like, Druckmann and Straley. But she's the creator, director, and writer of Uncharted. She left. Her final day at the studio was March the 3rd,
Oh,
and
Okay.
she was she'd mostly finished by Uncharted 4, the PS4 version. That's unnamed,
yes, because that's a thing.
which
Super
means
pretty.
that The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, and Bruce Straley will be completely in control of the Uncharted series.
Well, that's that gone to shit then.
Yeah, and I hope she finds work with somewhere else that will be appreciative. Because she's a good writer.
Kotaku.
Give me the rolled up papers.
I'll exchange it for a cup of
Now,
tea.
if you want to have
He is meant to be
some-
making the tea. Or else we've got
Actually, no,
news.
I'm giving out news stories. You lost, and I'm still keeping up my bargain. Talking about people stepping down, Computer Entertainment America of Sony, the president, Trenton.
Yeah, Jack Tretton's
Jack
gone.
Tretton. It's
Tretton? I'm not good with names.
three
today.
syllables.
Tretton
That's two syllables.
No, the full name. Jack
Oh.
Tretton.
Mr. Jack
is
Tretton.
going to step down as his role as president and CEO. This
The
was
reasons
announced
given?
last week. Thursday.
Oh,
Been
that's
there since 1994.
Yeah, here's
Wow.
as much Mr. PlayStation as Kaz Hirai is.
I-
Now, Kaz Hirai is boss of the entirety of Sony, so
Are we not going to see him? We're not. Obviously, we're not. We're not going to see him at E3 anymore.
it's going to be so weird
Yeah.
because, like, of the modern E3s, because now Kaz Hirai's gone, we don't get him anymore. So it was always Jack Tretton and Andrew House. They were like the two guys you expected. Now that they've ditched the actor who was playing the CEO of everything at Sony, who's now I can't remember now. What's his bloody name?
Who?
The fun guy in all the adverts.
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
No, his name is not Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but you know who I mean.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds?
No,
Shut up.
I was going to throw out actor names.
annoying. I was thinking Kevin Bacon as well. That's it. Oh, somebody will know. Channel will know. Channel's smart.
Andrew House has actually given his opinion. I've worked with Jack for nearly 2 decades, and I want to personally thank him for his leadership and the considerable contributions he has made to the SCAA business and PlayStation brand over the years. I wish him nothing but the best in his future endeavors. And his replacement is
Sean.
yeah, I can see Sean something, but I haven't seen his. Sean Layden. He's currently the executive vice president, and COO of Sony Network Entertainment International.
Ah.
And apparently the reason Tretton has left is because of a mutual agreement between him and Sony Computer Entertainment to not renew their contractual relationship.
That sounds a bit like they probably didn't come to the best of terms in the past couple of years. So he was.
It
just
might be
like,
a case if he wanted to move on to somewhere else.
It might
and
be.
The chance has come up now that the contract is up for renewal.
And he's looking for newer fields.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
possible.
He's done that job for an awfully long time.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know what? I wouldn't know if I would ever want to leave a job like that.
Yes.
Because
Because it must be riveting having to constantly go to press launches and stand up on stage and give presentations to a bunch of whiny journalists who are just going to pick apart everything you say.
But no matter what, he's. Well, to be honest, even if he gets a new job, he's set for life.
Well, in all fairness, what made him leave was that there's nothing left for him to do. He is almost like the father of PlayStation, almost. And when he last went to E3, He had the people there chanting the company's name. There's nowhere else to go after that. There is not going to be a new high. He's had it. That was it. He's done it. He's achieved. He's now free to walk. And so he has, because quite frankly, there's nothing left for him to do. He can now sit and twiddle his thumbs and wait for retirement. So he's gone out to seek new pastures. Hopefully not at Microsoft.
News from today. HMV is beginning to phase out pre-owned video game sales.
Mm-hmm.
They're no longer
off.
purchasing second-hand games off people, and all remaining stock is being discounted for clearance.
Yeah, if you're a fan
It's
of Nerd
because...
Cube,
Oh, sorry.
so I was going to say, if you're a fan of Nerd Cubed, you'd see on his Twitter feed that they were doing up to 70% off their pre-owned
Yeah.
stuff.
Apparently it's because HMV is no longer considering games as a core part of their business, and they're instead going to focus on music and film. So last month they closed down their massive flagship technology store in London. And, everybody knows we were talking about it way back last January. January last year, where they'd gone to administration.
It's like HMV have not been doing too well, and they say we're going to refocus on music. It's like, yeah, but have you heard the music recently?
And then that whole October kerfuffle where they went, yes, we've got brand new Android and iOS apps which will let you download MP3s, and then Apple suspended it.
Yep.
I don't think that was ever resolved.
Does that ever get resolved?
I can't remember. But the HMV here, they didn't really have a good games section anyway. It was a pokey little corner.
See, in the olden days, back when the PS2 was still a big thing, in fact, when Britney's Dance Beat was out, that was new. So that takes you back some years.
I'd successfully managed to forget that game ever existed until you brought it back up.
My pleasure. That's the punishment for not bringing me tea expediently. They used to have a fairly large section in the upstairs bit, but that's now long gone. They used to have decent demo pods that had reasonably good games in there that you could sit around and play for ages. Then they moved it downstairs and stuck it in the back of the store, and they had some demo pods with some crappy games in there. And then that was it, really. That's a pokey little section at the back that no one ever goes in because it must feel dirty for going back there. It's basically where a newsagent's would keep the porn. That's what it feels like. But to say they're going to concentrate on music's a bit funny because that's pretty much the last thing anyone ever goes into an HMV for anymore. It's like, oh look, DVD box sets, they're flogging cheap. We'll have that. That's pretty much all it is now.
Pretty much.
The only music people go there for are the classical and soundtrack section downstairs.
I've been trying to find a few half-decent and relatively inexpensive second-hand games for the 3DS, but there's fuck all out there.
For the 3DS.
Yeah, pretty much. There aren't that many games that I want to play for it. I'm hoping that they'll be bringing out a Final Fantasy VI port, like they did at the same time they did the Final Fantasy 4 and 3 and 4 remakes. Because they had the mobile versions that they brought out, and separately, suddenly, magically, the DS versions appeared, which were really, really good.
Ba-da-da-da.
Yeah. Nintendo they've recently slapped down all the rumors about them making anything for the mobile market. And they've recently expanded on that with the reasons why they're not going to be doing it. Apparently, Nintendo 3DS software could never be replicated on smart devices.
Really?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Try sending that to my Nintendo emulator.
According to the
successfully.
one of Nintendo's major producers, Kensuke Tanabe, with games like Mario and Donkey Kong, the control input is such an important part of that. I think that if you're trying to replicate that feeling of control that you have traditional to those games, translating those to a smart device, that's just a really, really difficult task.
Yeah, it's difficult, but that's what a challenge is called, and you overcome that challenge, and then you sell a shitload of games.
He did add, of course, I'm not ignoring the fact that the marketplace is flooded with devices, and that there are a lot of games created specifically for them, but personally, I don't have a curiosity of or a feeling of needing to create games for those devices. We want Nintendo games to be played on Nintendo hardware.
That's the line that explains everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like, we created a smart device, it went with our other device, and no one bought it, because it was shit. So now we're just going to have a tantrum. And
at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, have a E3 trailer for the E3 trailer of Yoshi's New Island. Yay! Because that's basically going to be Yoshi's Island remake, right?
Another one. Yeah. Because there are still loads of new IPs at Nintendo. I mean, we haven't had Super Mario's Super World yet, have we? That's got to be on the cards at some
Oh,
point.
come on. That 4-player version of Super Mario World where you could just troll everybody by nudging them into the pits.
Yeah, which is all of fun.
Player
for about
physics
half an hour.
of fun. What do you think they took it out of Minecraft?
It's all fun for half an hour or so, and then everyone just gets bored with it. puts it
No,
on the
I just
shelf.
find new friends who aren't suspecting.
It's a party gimmick trick. That's what it is. It's like Sonic Shuffle.
It is. I mean, it's always fun to, the new Mario Party is usually the same, but tweaked and updated enough that it actually is worth playing, because it's fucking Mario Party. That's a game that's never going to get old. But the same versions of Super Mario over and over again.
And I just wish they'd try not to shoehorn Mario into everything almost.
Most mobile games suck anyway, says Tony Wolfen Channel.
This is true.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
I've come
it's
across mobile games that are worth playing.
Sonic
There's
2.
a really good Shadowrun inspired top-down RPG, which, despite the really simplistic, almost Flash level of character portraits and graphics, has some really nice gameplay behind it. And we've also had, the standard Left 4 Dead / Call of Duty Zombies
Yep.
things. I forgot what it's called now.
And Christian Whitehead's remakes of Sonic 1 and 2 have been brilliant.
The XCOM Enemy Unknown port to touch devices, smartphones was really well done. We had a Deus Ex game with wonderful narrative. Square Enix have done 1 or 2 good games for mobile markets.
Wasn't there a Grand Theft Auto that was bought to the smartphones? and
Yes,
looked-
they brought out Grand Theft Auto 3
and looked actually really good.
completely, and it was a nigh perfect port. Right down to quite a few of the bugs and issues that were in the original game.
Nice. Hey, if you're going to port the original, you port it properly.
Now, Square Enix have brought out a couple of good RPGs that aren't Final Fantasy for the mobile market. And then they brought out All the Bravest, among other things.
I mean, even on
Seriously, fuck that game.
my Vita now, I've got some PlayStation mobile games that are actually quite entertaining and fun that I can play on my phone. It's like, and my phone's an HTC. It's not one of these Sony Xperia bullshits.
And I did try to play the Sonic game that was out for mobiles and tablets.
Which one? There's been a few.
I've forgotten, but the problem is where they got the replicated controls on the screen, I just couldn't control it at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Sonic 2 controls quite nicely, as did Sonic CD.
No, it was a more recent one.
Sonic Jump?
Might have been.
Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic boom.
That's coming. Whole new series and TV show. Sorry, whole new game and TV show. The TV show looks quite awesome though. Gotta say.
Yeah. Do you want to put down anything else? Or are you looking at your... Okay, he's busy looking at Guild Wars 2 spreadsheets.
That's
Let's
not a
see
Guild Wars
here.
2 spreadsheet.
What is it?
You read the top up there.
Diablo 3.
Arcana Heart 3 Love Max player list.
Exactly. I've got
Oh,
loads
you're
of-
looking up how to... the romance options for...
What?
Is that...
No.
No? What is
No,
it?
it's just the player list for the EU or the
Oh,
well,
right. Oh, people who are playing a game.
Yes.
Right.
Basically,
I
he
thought
needs to find a friend.
Basically, yes. No, I don't have anything else I'd like to share.
Mozilla is fairly miffed at a certain major tech company,
Again?
Dell. After it came out that quite a few people complained that Dell are making customers pay to install Firefox on newly purchased Dell machines. You would be charged £16.25 for the convenience of having Firefox installed on a new machine.
That's expensive.
Yeah. Mozilla have launched preliminary consultations with their legal teams. We're looking into this as it does not comply with our terms and conditions policy. We cannot answer any more questions until Mozilla hears back from their legal teams. Because Mozilla do have a trademark policy which covers distribution of Firefox. Yeah, so
Did they get
16...
around that though by saying that 16 quid fee is a fee for the engineer to install it and not a fee for the software itself?
Technically,
Because that way they're not giving away the software for a price. They're giving away the software for free. They're just charging you for the time and the manpower to get the software installed.
yeah, the actual additional software. Thank you for choosing Dell. Is one of the check marks you can have. And right below that, Mozilla Firefox web browser installation service, £16.25.
Yeah.
Which would work out at £100 an hour to be loading up a computer with free open source software.
Have you seen PC World?
Not lately. I try not to go in unless I have to.
Exactly. That's because they're so bloody expensive. Yeah, I'll look at your PC. That'll be 60 quid.
We were talking about Stick of Truth earlier.
Yes. Bugs.
There was a delay, actually, in Germany and Austria. Because Ubisoft accidentally produced and sent out copies of the game for Germany that still included the Nazi swastika. Which, as we all know, is verboten.
Oh no.
You are not allowed.
No. I haven't seen yet if they've actually done it. I still don't quite agree with that part, really. Omitting certain parts of history through everything. Because you're... Oh god, it's the Lucha Tigre.
Hmm?
Oh, Jeebus, it's the Lucha Tigre.
Haha. I got a new toy over the week. I forgot to mention this.
Yes, he did. When he's back on camera. Well, as you know, because everybody else can hear us in a second, so they'll be able to see you as I'm saying, as they hear me saying this. So why I'm waiting for the stream on the screen to catch up, I have no clue.
It's like, why are you waiting? You're a very silly man.
Hey, stop watching other shows whilst we're broadcasting.
It's a stream of a show. It's a recording.
So he's watching repeats rather than join in.
You're talking about shit I can't pitch in and...
What, Stick of Truth?
I haven't played it yet.
And
No,
censorship of you know, in
But we already
certain
talked about the
cultures.
censorship of that last time.
Yeah, that was last week's news. Now we should maybe mention the game-breaking bug in it. That after you try and get through one of the training fights, the game just goes,
yeah,
no, not load the next scene.
If anyone's listened to this and you're stuck with a scene where you have to save, is it Butters and a cat from attacking cats? So there's a certain fight where you have to save Butters, and the way it will freeze and break your game. The way to do it is not attack the first enemy on screen, but you attack the leftmost enemy first, then the rightmost, and then the middle, which is the only way the game will progress through the rest of that scene.
How bizarre.
Indeed. So people have figured out how to get through it.
Well, that's not the only one I've seen. There was one where it's in the tutorial at the start, and you're learning how to defend yourself. And if you tap your block too many times, the game locks up as well.
So this is two bugs that we have both.
There's a NerdCube video about this, the one I'm talking about.
The Blizzard have had to explain the decision to sell the World of Warcraft level 90 character boost for $60.
Level 90.
What?
There's a boost. You buy a boost to put your character straight up to level 90, and they're selling it for the price of the newest expansion. If you buy with the Warlords of Draenor, you will get a single level 90 boost at no cost to yourself.
Okay.
But in the Blizzard's and World of Warcraft store, they will also be selling the level 90 boost separately for the same price as the expansion.
So you might as well just buy the expansion.
Yeah, unless you have, because it's only it's not an account-wide thing. It's specific to one character that you try to choose to use it on. And I can kind of see the use of this, because by now, the majority of World of Warcraft players are people who've been around for a while. They're not getting as many new as they used to.
No.
And if you want to go through a whole new expansion or make a whole new character, you really don't want to go and grind to get all to the end game content.
Yeah.
Because it is a grind.
It is a grind, and it's okay until you hit level 20, and that's when the grind really, really begins. As far as I've seen by watching my ex-housemate play it a lot. But it's the price. And some people are sat there going, oh, we're going to be flooded with level 90 noobs who've just bought this instant thing.
No, you're not at that price, you're not.
No, not really. Apparently, why did the people were expecting it to, be at a slightly smaller price, something like, 35, maybe $40. But according to Blizzard, we just don't want to devalue the accomplishment of leveling.
We could have made.
Our goal here was, if our goal was to sell as many boosts as possible, we'd sell it at $10, and then hardly anyone would ever level a character again. But leveling something takes dozens, if not hundreds of hours, in many cases, and people have put serious time and effort, and we do not want to diminish that.
So
they've said that, we don't want to maximize the price of this because we're looking for profits. If we did that, we'd sell everybody them at a low price.
why not sell it at all, and then make everyone
because they've,
value their grind.
They haven't announced what the European price is yet.
All of the money.
Probably, to be honest.
Yeah. But there's pretty much nobody out there who's playing World of Warcraft at the moment who has one character. Everybody's got like a second or third alt.
Well,
They don't
around
want to
this
have
time, all of the long-standing players probably have at least 4 or 5.
Surely at this time, all of the long-standing
main character and
characters should
2
be up
alts
to
is
level cap anyway.
Yeah, main character 2 olds, and they probably have another couple of level 90s that they haven't geared at all.
Probably.
Probably. I'm talking about people who used to play, like, you know, have played from at
A
least,
lot.
like, the second to third expansions onwards.
The
I
people
never
who
really
have
got
got
into it.
like shares in Cheetos.
Cheetos.
But hey, at least it's not a microtransaction. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a macro transaction. Look at that. You see, people complain about games with microtransactions and long grindiness to get or to bypass them. And yet now WoW's just gone, well, we had the long grindy bit. Now we're going to have the microtransaction. And no one's going, fuck you. It's like, so this is the way to do it. Release the game as a grindathon, and then a little while later, release the microtransactions. And everyone will sing your praises. Because people are stupid.
It is. And there's some people that are, you know, calling rampant monetization, and I can't see that as being a fair criticism of the level of Blizzard at the moment, really. Anybody want to chime in here?
No.
No?
No.
No, I'm still decaffeinated.
Of course, the problem is now is that in one fell swoop, Blizzard have now destroyed the Chinese level your character industry. Come on, that's funny.
No.
Fuck you.
Well, they haven't, because the Chinese was do it for cheaper. So,
But they probably might, actually.
probably far cheaper. They probably really are cheaper, so what's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point?
But hey, at least it's still better than the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, that's not actually a game, is it?
Yes.
No, I know it is.
You know, where you pay full price and then you pay a bigger than usual subscription fee on top of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas the two major
Who
models
thought
that are
that was a
going
good
on,
idea?
I don't know.
Seriously.
But the two major models that are going on at the moment are free to play, in which people will use microtransactions or
Yeah.
subscribe for premium content,
As an
or
incentive.
pay to own, which is usually a case of people will pay for the game and all of that funds all the development. Plus vanity items, it will be the usual thing you get from that, or short-term boosts.
Subscription models still exist.
Oh yeah, there's always a sort of premium model where you get extra.
No. I mean, there are some games which are still subscription only. A lot of games switch to the free-to-play model with subscription premium content simply because they were originally were subscription.
City of Heroes went from subscription to free to play in the last year of its life, and they actually were still making money up until the point where they closed down unfairly by NC Soft. I am still sore about this.
Final Fantasy 14 went. No, not 14. Sorry. Yeah.
No, I thought 14 did.
No, it hasn't.
No, briefly, while they were working on its fixing. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
they,
that was
they made
everybody
it free to
got.
play for the people who already had it as like an apology.
No, everyone just got a free month.
Ah,
But the main problem with World of Warcraft is that it's a case of the boosts might be important because right now they're only just making the end game the most important thing for everybody, pretty much. It's like, don't bother with all the quests and stuff. We just want you to get ready for the end game. Come on. Come on,
actually
get your
gonna
stuff.
be
Well,
an
it
end game?
is.
Is nearing the end of its life, isn't it?
is EverQuest 2 still going?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Is
It
EverQuest
only
1
launched
still
a
going?
couple of years ago, didn't it?
Is EverQuest 1 still going?
Probably not. I have to take a wee break. Literally.
Great.
I don't know. Did you refill the kettle? See, this is why I don't train T-boys, is because for some reason they just don't listen to me.
But wasn't your last job kind of T-boy?
Yeah.
For old ladies?
Wait, what?
Your last job? You know, that thing you used to get paid to do. Make sandwiches and tea for little old ladies.
No, I didn't make tea for old ladies. I worked with old ladies.
And they asked you to make the tea, and you did it, so you were doing actual real work.
Oh, no, they asked me to go get tea. To
Oh.
make it. I pressed a button. I still had to go find the machine. I still had to not do work. I shaved off like 7 minutes each time I went. Now, I don't do that nowadays. Nowadays, I just, so far what I've been doing, every time I want to drink, stand up, go to the drinks machine for a minute, come back.
I fully am allowed to have water cooler conversations now, which I have had a couple of already.
Yep.
Wow, this is a very interesting experience. You go to get a drink, you happen to find another one of your employee friends there, and you chat about crap.
You converse.
You converse about nothing. It's amazing.
It is the most idle of idle conversations. And it's like talking for talking's sake.
Yes.
It's that whole deliberate, I don't really want to go back to work just yet. I'm going to find anything to talk about. Hey, you breathe, I breathe too. We should talk about breathing.
Yeah, it is the... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't really want to go back right now. Just want to stand here and talk for a couple of minutes.
I need interaction from someone who isn't a complete retard, but you'll do.
So, the New York Yankees, right?
They play with a ball, right?
Right?
They got legs. Legs are good.
Right?
I'm going to have to move the camera. Or move Felix closer to you and then move the camera. One of the two.
Things that cannot be unseen.
Right?
Felix.
You know, TK's bathroom has got one of those little dual flush button things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because there's two little spots of verdigris that have appeared on the bigger button, when you turn your head slightly to the side, it looks like a very depressed face. I will never be able to unsee it. You'll just be staring at me. Every time.
Forever.
Forever.
And ever and ever and ever and ever.
What's been happening in channel?
That's a good question, actually. I haven't been looking at it. I've been watching our YouTube feed.
2 minutes ago, Red K. Jesus! Just noticed the mask.
Yeah, I took
It scared Tony Wolf straight out of channel.
No, he left before I put it on.
Oh, well, no, he had to go.
Yeah.
Shh.
But yeah, what you said, Felix, that's the honest truth.
Did we move on, or do we bring up anything else?
No, we're actually talking about water cooler conversations and their utter pointlessness.
About... So I don't have my headphones in, so I can barely hear
Water
you.
cooler conversations.
Well, in general, or...?
Yeah, as in the whole object of their existence and their reason for being. Well, I was holding half a ginger nut, which I still haven't eaten yet. I'm going to correct that problem right now. Bill.
Na, 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 na.
Are you done?
No.
Shall we just wait until you finished masticating? So shall I just fill up with some news whilst you're nomming?
Mm-hmm.
Pakistan is apparently lifting its YouTube ban. Yeah.
I wasn't entirely aware there was a YouTube ban.
There was. It happened after the, where was it? The whole Innocence of Muslims video.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that caused quite a shitstorm.
Because, yeah, apparently in Pakistan, religion is a...
It's a thing.
Yeah, well, given the fact it's a 97% Islamic country. So since 2012, after the release of Innocence of Muslims, when it sparked riots and many deaths,
Mm-hmm.
the Pakistani government has used moral and religious sensitivities as an excuse to block online content.
Yep. Yeah.
Which, according to the Net Freedom 2013 report, Pakistan is the 10th least free country.
Right after
On the
America
interwebs.
and England and China.
So, are you ready, Pakistan? Prepare to be rickrolled.
No.
The Samsung Chromebook 2 is being released.
Yay.
With Samsung's dad tech thing, where they keep on installing faux leather on everything that's coming out this year.
Oh, really?
And it will have a lot of bloatware.
Oh, of course. Right, it's a Chromebook.
Yeah.
How the hell could it have bloatware? Where are they
I'm
going to put
looking,
it? Everything's
faux
online.
leather. There we go. Samsung's unveiled the Chromebook 2, furnishing the updated laptops with faux leather lids, full HD, and their own pre-installed apps. There's going to be an 11-inch and a 13-inch model, with the fake leather casing on the outside, cheap plastic on the inside. The 13-inch model is £240, with 1920 by 1080, 16 gigabytes expandable storage, and 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
And a 191 model, which is about the same, but is a bit lighter.
What kind of memory card slots do they have? What kind of memory card slots do they have?
Micro SD or SD? Let me scroll back up and see. Micro SD slot
Oh, fuck.
is
really?
the expandable storage on these.
Dicks.
It's using a skinned version of Android.
Mm-hmm.
Chromebook 2 includes paid-for version of AirDroid, which is a file management app.
Okay.
Wunderlist Pro, Little Bridge, all of this stuff will, hey, we're going to throw in a free yearly subscription. After 1 year, you're going to have to pay for continued use of all of these things.
Yay!
So, yay.
Wonderful news.
Yahoo is ditching Facebook and Google sign-ins.
Oh, really?
They're stripping all external logins from their services.
Does that mean that chat function won't work anymore?
Hmm?
Well, they can normally crosstalk with the inbuilt chat, so I could Facebook chat to my Yahoo friends.
Apparently, it's starting with their fantasy sports websites.
Mm.
But the change to the signing is going to be rolled out gradually across all Yahoo services.
I wonder why.
Which means you're going to have to sign up for a Yahoo account to get anything.
I already have a Yahoo account. I've had one
Well,
for donkey's years.
It's so that they can provide the best personal experience. Or, as we call it, we're going to mine your user data to serve you some adverts.
Yeah. The question is, who are they looking to be bought by?
I have no idea.
Because no one does that unless they're looking to be bought by someone.
No, this is only we've only had 2 years of people being able to use any account on Yahoo. 2010 was the current CEO, Carol Bartz, was the one who said, we want more people to use Yahoo. Let's let competitors' accounts be usable on our system. It would let more people join in. And now apparently she's gone. They've gone, right, back to where we were before.
It's like, well, that was a stupid idea. Let's not do that again.
And the last bit of news I've got is that Japan has now officially declared Bitcoin is not a currency in their country.
Good.
However, it is taxable.
What?
Under Japanese law, it does not fall under the category of a currency. Generally speaking, it is subject to taxation if it meets conditions laid out in income tax law, corporate tax law, and sales tax law. Also, if people are to use it for money laundering, that constitutes a crime in Japanese law.
Mm.
Apparently, they're still figuring it out because there are no current Japanese laws that clearly define Bitcoin. But because it's used for transactions and gains, it counts as taxable even though it's not an official currency.
Makes perfect sense. I can understand them wanting to limit it for money laundering purposes.
This is all coming from the Chief Cabinet Secretary, Yoshihide Suga. And he's basically sat there going, people are asking him, so are you guys going to become the global leaders on regulating Bitcoin? And are you going to be leading the way?
Short answer.
And he
no.
basically said, we're sorting things out under the current laws, and we're looking very carefully at what the government can do in the future. So they basically said,
No.
we're not rushing to do anything. There are quite a few countries which Bitcoin is actually heavily restricted on how it can be used, including Russia and China.
Well, that's not surprising.
Speaking of which, apparently there's a... Oh, hang on.
There's a country.
Yeah, apparently Russia is going to be having their elections soon. It sounds like the people are getting ready to put in the boot.
As long as they put in the effort. Stop.
Those jokes were so bad, I feel someone is going to cry me a river.
Look, I'm sorry I was Russian with that joke.
Okay, enough of these barely topical bad puns.
And yet we don't seem to be, rushing to anything else.
Right, that's it. One of you two can make me tea now before I murder the pair of you. There will be murder, there will be death.
I think I've already
It would
proved
only
my
make me
worth.
stronger.
Not with what I'm using, it wouldn't. It would, however, mean I'd have to turn off the YouTube feed and start broadcasting on XTube.
You're going to have to ask permission.
Not for murder, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. As long as I don't surprise, it's fine.
It's a sick bird.
So, it was TK in the dining room with the candlestick. Right.
I wonder what he's gonna do with.
No, it's actually with the candlestick, the candle holder, or the candle itself. That is a rather nice church candle you got going there, but should we try to wiggle that back into?
So I do believe.
No, that's not going to go right now. I need a pair of pliers.
It is actually coming up to the time of done and dusted.
Yeah, so
segment.
dun
Yes.
dun
You get to
dun.
press a few buttons.
He's not
in
near
that
the
booth of
button, so
yours. I'm not eating the cable. I'm merely putting
He is
it
merely
in my mouth.
testing them.
gosh, it's like
They have a hint of summer fruits.
I'm a kid again.
And moccasins. You can definitely taste moccasins.
There's a kind of exuberant, jubilant flavour in them. My cup's been in there for ages. Lonely. And unfilled with tea.
Whole global epochs.
I'm not showing you my epochs.
I think we're all wanting coffee. Very good.
Fuck no, tea please. But yes, let's... I've got a mask in the way now, that was silly. Right then.
What?
Pray silence
Tea, please.
for the jingle of the dunning and the dustering as soon as I find it. It's in my track listing somewhere.
It's that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio review stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
I've got a horrible feeling this could be one of the shortest done and dusted segments of all time because you can virtually guarantee Angel Duckstock has nothing for done and dusted this week.
Yeah, my week has been uneventful. I have nothing. Nothing current. I haven't even... No, I just have nothing.
And I'm feeling pretty much the same.
It can't be that bad.
My week wasn't boring per se, I just didn't have time to watch anything. I mean, what did I do in terms of my free time? I saw lots of YouTube, I suppose, and read Twitter and Facebook and things, but actually doing the whole entertainment thing, apart from watching stuff, more episodes of things I've already reviewed for Done and Dusted, like The Musketeers and things like that in Top Gear, I've not really done anything much with my week. I mean, apart from had a lazy week and done lots of sleeping. And lots of not sleeping, lots of staying awake. I downloaded some stuff on the PSN, which I haven't played yet. I got all the new PlayStation Plus game things purchased.
Tokyo Jungle?
Yes, I played Tokyo Jungle. That's a very good point. Thank you, Alex.
That is right.
I had completely forgotten, even though I was going to mention that earlier when we were talking about PlayStation updates and things. Because Filius was mentioning before the show that he's having a weird bug at the moment with the PSN, where the PlayStation Plus games that are supposed to be free aren't showing up as free for him in the instant game collection. They're showing up.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where they weren't showing up on the front page, whereas all of the free themes and stuff I haven't stolen yet still showing up. Tomb Raider Digital Edition wouldn't show up with a price at all, therefore I couldn't buy it until I found a direct link from elsewhere.
It was free, obviously.
Pixel Junk HD was still showing as full price.
It's not Pixel Junk Shooter, though. I was quite upset.
Oh.
It's Pixel
And
Junk
I'm pretty
something
sure
else.
it's Brothers, that was the PS4 game. But my brain's still telling me that it's that game.
Brothers, I swear Brothers was PS3. I swear it was one of the ones I was given the option to download.
I can't remember. Hopefully next month it'll be back to normal.
Hopefully next week it'll be back to normal for
Hopefully.
you.
Kind of disappointed that we're not getting many of the good games for free on Vita Plus.
Well, if you notice, there's not many good games really out there at the moment.
Oh, there are some really good games, but
Well,
they
yeah,
just
so-
haven't gotten around to giving them to us
Oh yeah,
on the
they're-
Vita. Whereas
they're still quite expensive though, so we need to wait for their price to drop before they start considering them for Plus.
I'm actually kind of jealous half the time of the North American store because they've gotten some good stuff.
Yeah, they got some shinies.
I think at one point North America got Retro City Rampage as one of their free games.
That's quite awesome.
Yeah,
Mind you, we're in Europe. We traditionally get dicked over by the video games industry.
we do. But on the other hand, we got Dark Souls and not Dark Souls, Soul Sacrifice, and America didn't. So, haha.
On the other hand, though, we had the Mega Drive, sorry, the Master System for years, whereas they had to put up with the NES. So, this is why all these American YouTube shows are all about the NES, because that's all they had. Because they didn't get the superior Sega products over there. Well, they did, but they just didn't like them as much because NES, whatever. So Brazil had the right idea and Europe had the right idea. We stick with Sega. We know what we're doing. That's where the good shit is. But yeah, I downloaded Tokyo Jungle because it was part of one of the PSN sales. I was like, A, shit, there's a sale on the PSN. What's going on here? And B, holy crap, how cheap is Tokyo Jungle? I am having that now. Because it's been on my... Intrigued by, would like to sample, but not for a whole tenner. Because you can go quite wrong with a tenner. £2.50, that's a little bit easier to part with if you don't like the game. It's a case of, yeah, I tried it, I didn't like it, it was only £2.50, that's pocket change, that's fine. I don't mind squandering that. But a 10 quid is a whole kind of takeaway. So it's like, do I get takeaway food or do I get Tokyo Jungle? And takeaway food always won. So when it came out on the store saying, "Look, I'm cheap now, you can buy me," and I was like, "What? You've upheld your part of the deal. I suppose I'd better uphold my part." Purchase. And started playing that, and it is the weirdest fucking game. Ooh, hello, T. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephelis. It is the weirdest game. You literally play as a feral animal in Tokyo after the humans have been wiped out and nature is reclaiming the land. And it is a struggle for territory and survival. In the most actual senses of the words. You are struggling for your territory and survival.
Did you get any of the Animal Species DLCs free with it?
No, I didn't.
Because there was one particularly amusing one. It was those little yap dogs. Begins with a P.
Pomeranian.
Yeah, that's one of the animals you can get, and
That's not DLC, that's actually part of the game.
that's part of the game.
That's
Because
one of your
watching those
starting
attack a
characters.
velociraptor
It's
is hilarious.
one of your it's your starting dog. You get a prey species and a predator species. And so you start with either a deer or the Pomeranian. And,
I'm sorry, but a deer is more likely to kill something and eat it than a fucking Pomeranian.
Yeah, these dogs are feral now. They hunt us.
Then why are they still wearing their little bows?
Because they haven't learnt how to take them off yet.
I think they'd have just fallen off by now, right?
Nope.
It's been several years.
Hmm.
This dog would have had to have been born with the bow attached.
Evolution. Yeah, I'm totally aware that's not how evolution works.
Close enough for horseshoes, grenades, and the Bible Belt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Then-
talking to you, Alabama.
A true word has been spoken. But yeah, this is a bizarre little stealth 'em up. Which is a shame, because I'm shit at stealth 'em ups. And you almost go a bit Metal Gear, as you run around the place, hiding in long grasses, moving when you don't think you can be seen, and then attacking enemies when an on-screen prompt says, "Now is an optimal time." Fuck it up. Chances are you're going to die, as everything and its wife decides to bundle upon you and murderize you quite horribly, unless you can run away, which is quite unlikely, because it's hard to run away. And so, I was playing it for a little while and doing rather badly. I eventually kind of got a groove a bit. I found it was easier playing as a prey species, because all you had to do was run away from everything. You didn't have to worry about attacking it, and you could eat plants, and plants are useful. But once you've been successful enough...
You don't make friends with salad.
No, but you don't need to make friends with salad, because once you get successful enough at eating salad, you can then attract a mate.
And that leads up to the final confrontation with Audrey 2.
It leads up to the
Right.
final boom chicka wow wow moment, where your player character will start mounting the female.
Would it be as awesomely disturbing as Viva Pinata?
No, because at least Viva Pinata, they kind of held hands, went inside the house, and then came out having...
Oh yeah, but the whole music and mating dance before that was always the most suggestively disturbing part of the whole process.
Well, in Tokyo Jungle, they actually show you the beginning of the mating procedure. They show you the mount. And then it fades to black tastefully.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, and now you have a cub. Or whatever the animal is in whatever, like,
Now you have a baby version of yourself.
exactly. It's either a cub or a kit or a calf or whatever.
And the cycle continues.
Exactly. But once you have babies, you then get to play as the little babies. And if you have more than one, they run around in a group, and if one dies, you then take control of another one until that one dies, until you run out of babies.
So basically, it's like a sexual version of the Konami Code.
In a sense, yeah.
I'm going to stop for a moment just to think of how horrifying that actually was when said aloud.
Especially when you think about how you enter it. So I've got to put
Well,
this
I
up,
thought it was always
down,
up, down, down. A little bit of the B, a little bit of the A.
And a baby is born. That's how it works, right, kids? Answers the postcard to the regular
that is
address.
exactly how it works.
I may or may not have been consuming a ginger nut just then.
May or may not.
Okay, I was consuming a ginger nut. But no, the game itself is actually quite entertaining. It's hard as busted nails, though, I'll give it that. Mostly because I suck at stealth maps. So everyone's going, oh, this is piss easy, you're an idiot. I was like, yeah, well, I suck at these games, so fuck off. It's hard. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
So you were never much good at Metal Gear.
I never played Metal Gear. I watched other people play some Metal Gear, but I've not actually played Metal Gear myself. What's the point? I'm going to suck at it.
I guess.
I play to my strengths. I
should-
can do rhythm action games that I'm good at. I can stick with those.
Well, Raiden's usually up for a dance-off.
Oh, I'll dance his ass into the ground. But- Alex!
Don't worry, I'm in the same boat as you, little buddy.
I hate the both of you.
In the same boat as you, and rowing as quick as you can in the other fucking
Yep,
direction.
let's go. Let's go.
Okay, you two gentlemen share your boat and play with your oars, while the adults are going
We're
to
gonna
cook
find the hidden island of No Boogie.
the island of Numbumbu.
Numbumbu.
I want to find the island of Umbongo.
Isn't that where Mount Monoholkalugi is?
I want to find the island of Umbongo.
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 Mountain
They drink it in the jungle.
Boingo.
Yeah. But the little fast tongue twistery thing that nobody can remember. Stop slurping.
Slurp harder.
Alright, I have conflicting orders. Which one of you is making the dinner?
That's a hard question because you bought yourself a pizza.
Actually, I bought pizza to share.
Oh, because my plan was to order from Just Eat, but there you go.
Oh.
So, well, that's to say I actually had a plan. I didn't, but I thought, fuck it, I'm lazy.
Did you still want to order, or
Well,
do you want to partake of pizza and ciabatta?
we can do both. One can supplement t'other. Therefore, we have great feast for all.
I like this plan. I like it a lot.
I was going to make a dirty joke about supplementing, but I thought better against it. I'm the better man in my little booth with my worst quality webcam.
No.
But that's fine.
Should we just buy another one of those webcams that
No,
I'm looking at?
because that doesn't quite have a long enough cable.
Well, no, but one for your booth.
Yeah, like I say, it doesn't have a long enough cable.
Why don't you buy a USB extender?
Because that costs even more money.
I'm sure you can pick up a cheap one.
Well,
It's not
yes,
like there's anybody in the room
I-
that's got a random 15-foot USB extension
I am
lying
kind of-
around or anything.
I was going to say, I am looking at a thing on eBay, not eBay, Amazon at the moment. That's a huge, great USB extender.
No.
Ah, Red K is bringing advice into channel.
We've established that you cannot kill me. Not for long.
Kill Felis and take his pizza. We may not be able to kill you for long, but we will be able to kill you for just long enough to cook and consume your pizza.
No, it's generally like a 5-minute, 6-second thing. At last count.
So, Alex can hold you under the water, so every time you come back you drown again, until we finish cooking and consuming your pizza.
I'm not sure if that would work.
Well, cooking the pizza definitely will work.
Yeah, that'll work. That oven isn't brilliant, but it cooks pizza. It applies heat, pizza becomes cooked. It's like a magical process.
Magical.
Slow oxidation.
Magical.
Speaking of magical, I made steak the other day. I don't say I made steak, that's a lie. I purchased steak and cooked it.
I saw my brain just stopped when it says, steak's magical. My Little Pony. Steak is magic.
And magic tastes delicious. Nom 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 nom. Red K reckons we can do a lot in 5 minutes. I'm saying nothing. Hedge you can do a lot in 5 minutes, that's why he has little blue pills. Not trying to break Alex at all.
It's really difficult.
Well, a gentleman doesn't lick and tell, so.
Oh ho ho! Wait, there's a gentleman here. You're not a gentleman, you don't have a fancy hat. Right, well that's 2 fancy hats, and
I'm not putting a hat on.
I guess Alex is not the gentleman.
Of course not.
I ain't no
Oh.
gentleman, I'm a sir.
Well, since gentlemen don't lick and tell.
What?
However, I do not think the glasses quite go with it,
Uh,
which is a shame.
I can't see. There's a microphone in the way. I'll wait for the YouTube stream to catch up.
Ow. My neck doesn't like being like this.
Well, put it like something else then.
Oh, and your hat is not a trilby, Felis.
It is, in fact, a trilby.
It is not a
Do
trilby.
you know what the defining characteristic of a trilby is?
Go on, Nick.
The brim.
Yes, the brim is shorter than that for a trilby.
Yes, more than 3 inches, and it's a fedora. However, this is a 2-inch and 2.5-inch brim.
So it's not a trilby and it's not a fedora. What is it?
It is, in fact, a trilby.
It is not a trilby if it's that long.
No. Under that 3-inch mark.
It's
is where
not a
it is
trilby if it's that long.
Do you know, I'm just going to wiki the fucking answer.
The accepted thing is basically if it's 3 inches or over, it's a fedora.
That's generally what he tells the ladies.
But because this is in fact a
A trilby
2.5
and a
and
fedora.
2,
Right, here we go. What is the difference between a fedora and a trilby? The fedora is a soft felt hat that is creased lengthways down the crown and pinched in on the front on both sides.
they generally both are.
The trilby hat is a soft felt man's hat with a narrow brim and deeply indented crown. Traditionally it was made from rabbit hair felt, but is sometimes made from other materials such as tweed or wool. They are similar to fedoras, but with a narrower brim.
The brim is pretty long.
That's actually not a very long brim at all. At some point, I am buying an actual fedora, and you can see the difference.
Hedgie has a fedora. You see, Hedgie's answer is always that the fedora has a flat brim, but the trilby's brim is kind of turned up at the sides. Like my top
You can do
hat.
the same with the fedora as well, quite a lot of the time.
Hmm?
You can do the same with the fedora a lot of the time as well.
I didn't think you were supposed to. I thought fedoras were supposed to be kind of flat brimmed. It's the American thing. They don't have the turns up at the side.
Okay, essentially, go watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a good
What
film.
Steve Martin is wearing in that is a fedora.
That's a wiki pigeon, aren't I?
Hmm?
I'll say wiki picture. Google image search will do. Fedora. Right. Flat brimmed. Flat brim. Well, there's one that's turned up all the way round, but 99% of these fedoras on Google image search I can see are flat brimmed. And then there's a picture with tits in it.
Because the internet.
It's someone's desktop and they've got an anime girl with tits.
Alex.
That's not a fedora, that's tits.
Where?
It does actually sound a bit like a t-shirt slogan.
Well, they're usually around this area.
No, I mean, what are you talking about? No, what are you actually talking about?
Get Pete on speakerphone. Do it.
These trilbies all have flat things as well.
Yeah, like I said,
They look like fucking fedoras.
it's they all generally have a snap brim. It's usually an extra thing.
Hedgie, you're talking crap again.
Pretty much again, the only major difference is the size of the brim. Under 3 inches, trilby. 3 inches and over, fedora. Whereas mine's got different sized brim all the way around, so
Yours is uneven.
it's a Chicago style trilby.
So you got a trilora. Or a filby. Whichever one you wish to pronounce.
Well, I pretty much had the choice in my price range of getting a Blues Brothers style one, which would not have looked good at all on me,
No.
or the Chicago one, which I actually look okay and surprisingly so.
Amusingly, the related searches for fedora come up as man, woman's fedora, hat,
Well,
nerd, and neckbeard.
you know what fedoras and trilbies have in common?
Neckbeards, according to Google image search.
God, I hate neck
And
beards.
MRAs and bronies, apparently, but that's slowly changing. What they both have in common is that there are actually both hats named after lead female characters in Victorian-era plays.
Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Indeed. And this is one of those actual true
Lies,
facts,
there are
not
no
like
tits.
Facebook true facts.
Someone is claiming that my search for fedora is not bringing up tits. How can I prove otherwise? Without taking a screenshot.
I'm not entirely sure.
It's about halfway down the page, if that helps. Oh no, it's not. In fact, it's not even a third.
So I'm just searching for planes, trains, and automobiles, and there we go. There's Steve Martin. Alex. There's Steve Martin wearing a fedora.
Oh, that's why. It's advertising Fedora 9. Why are there tits advertising Fedora 9? What is Fedora 9 anyway?
It's pretty much the same.
Internet, you're smart. What's Fedora? Is that another web browser?
Man,
See again,
that's-
here it is from another angle,
that's
with added
hattish.
John Candy goodness. You see how the brim is actually a lot wider?
What's Fedora Opera based then?
Oh yeah, Fedora is an operating system. It's
Operating system?
Fedora is
browser.
a Linux variant.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's what it
Which has been ported over to the Raspberry Pi 2-3 months back.
Oh, fair enough. I thought
2-3 months back? No, a bit more than that actually, about 5 months back.
So that's why there were tits in my Fedora search. Because it was my desktop going. It was someone's desktop going. Look at my operating system browser.
Oh yeah,
desktop
and
thing."
he's using Fedora.
And he's using
I
tits
think
as a picture.
specifically it's another Ubuntu remix.
I see.
I
The
think,
things
Alex.
you learn.
Is it an Ubuntu remix or is it a general Linux?
I don't know much about Linux, even though I should do. I don't.
But apparently it'll be powering the gaming machines of the future.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, if Gabe New was to be believed. He also says,
Okay.
"Hey, I'm going to release Half-Life 3 sometime before you die." Allegedly.
We're switching over to episodic content because it means we can get things out quicker for you.
Episode 3, Half-Life 2, anyone?
Uh,
Anyone? No? Oh, because we already deliver you half the content, you can
However-
buy twice as much.
Other companies are very good at doing episodic content with a timetable.
Yes, Telltale.
Telltale, Zeboid
Telltale.
Games.
Well, Bioware's supposed to be good at that as well. Or
I
am I
don't
thinking
remember
of
so
something else
much.
entirely?
They're good at lying about features that are meant to be in a game.
I thought that was 22 can.
No, remember the whole Mass Effect, since Mass Effect 1, people wanted controller input? So they're going, we don't have the money to make the art assets for the user interface for controllers for PC. It's a multi-platform game. You already have the art assets for 2 other consoles.
And considering most of the music
We'd have
Xbox
to code
controllers-
in the inputs, and we can't do that. You're running on the Unreal Engine, which has native Xbox 360 controller inputs on it.
support, yeah.
And eventually they got tired of the community doing the job for them, and just in the 3rd game encrypted and locked out the source files around that area completely. Because for Mass Effect 1 and 2, Mass Effect 1, it was literally a case of change the INI and the control pad will work complete with force feedback and everything. Because it was a native part of the engine. Mass Effect
Nice.
2, people had to get out the art assets from the coalesced .bin from the 360 version and inject them into the PC's version coalesced.bin. And Mass Effect 3, nobody's still done it because they encrypted the files and were bitches about it.
Come on, people. Come on, people at the NSA. Prove you're useful. Give us your decryption. We need the work.
So we have 10 minutes to fill, and
Oh, we haven't talked about roleplay.
I haven't done my
That's
review.
because no roleplay happened last week. Or this week.
Last night, I did watch a movie.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Content for them dusted. Shit.
And it was a foreign movie. Look at me. There's a... it's called Fermat's Room, or in Spanish, La Habitación de Fermat. It's a thriller movie in which...
That was the most Japanese kind of accented Spanish pronunciation I've ever heard.
it was all over the place. The basic story goes: 3 mathematicians and an inventor invited to a house under the premise of solving what was written on the letters as the greatest enigma of all time. They're meant to meet at a random location, much secrecy. They're told to use pseudonyms who are based on famous historical mathematicians like Pascal, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And after the first 20 minutes of establishing everything, suddenly they realize that they're locked in the room. The walls are very slowly closing in on them, and they have to solve the riddles as quickly as they can
Awesome.
in order to escape, in order to stop the room shrinking on them. It was actually a fun movie. It wasn't a great movie. I spotted who the villain was by about 40 minutes in by dint of his moustache. I called him Juan Cleese,
Did
because
you
the character looks like a Spanish John Cleese.
Nice.
It's actually rather awesome. It was fun. The pacing was awesome.
Why did you watch a Spanish movie though?
I was asked to watch it because somebody else likes it, and it actually was a fairly good movie.
That was a recommendation to you.
Huh?
So how did you obtain it? Was it a legitimate review copy, or did you?
It was a
actually-
legitimate review copy
I
because
see.
it was kind of hard for me to find anywhere else.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Unfortunately, it's subtitled only because it was never given a dub release.
No, that's fine. Subtitles are fine. I can
Yeah.
cope with that. I've watched Initial D in
But-
Japanese, so I do subtitles.
But no, it was
I must say, over the week,
for a low-budget thriller movie. The pacing was great. Suspense was maintained pretty well. The set was rather good, and the actors weren't bad either.
and you found out you picked up one or two words of Spanish along the way.
I already knew a few words of Spanish, but I spent most of my couple of years learning Spanish, playing Star Wars games at the back of the room whilst all the other kids were giving me dirty looks.
You're a bad man.
My Spanish teacher had problems getting past a few levels in the Dark Forces games, so, you know, offered to help out.
I don't know who's the worst influence on who, really. You're both as bad as each other. But no,
Thank you, Senor Eggert.
yeah.
Thank you.
Having the soundtrack to El Monte de... Oh, yeah. Got the fucking TV series now. The Welcome to Woody Fog. That was it.
That was it.
Rather well 90 days, basically. The original Spanish language version. I had the soundtrack for ages, and I recently now managed to obtain a legitimate copy through the Google Play Store.
Right.
It was like, you can buy the 8 tracks for 99p each, or the whole soundtrack for £2.50. And I thought, okay, I'll take you up on that deal, thanks. I'll have the full soundtrack for £2.50, please. As opposed to 9 odd quid, 8 odd quid. But individual tracks, yeah, I think that's a better deal. And it's a nice chance to actually, you know, I've always said that I get legitimate review copies, and if I like it enough and I have the money, I will go out and buy the originals. And this is just another piece of that. So I can say, yes, I do that. I still do that. If I like it enough, I will obtain it legally, eventually. Yeah, it's taken me a little while, though. But as soon as I found out the English language soundtrack was out, I was on that shit like a fly on hits. Yeah, I was like, mine, having that. And when I found out that the Spanish soundtrack had been released, I was like, incredibly, incredibly tempted. Because now I can wind up Alex in all number of languages.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Yes, he can.
Although every time he sees my top hat, he starts whistling the Willy Fogg thing. It's like it's a mental trigger. That theme tune is just triggered to the top hat. He doesn't have to see any other part of the suit at all, just the top hat, and the opening thing for Willy Fogg is stuck in his head. It's hilarious.
My God, he really is the replacement Pete.
He goes all the same colours.
It's just as easy to earworm program him.
Yeah.
You know, just like in that movie with William Shatner and the screaming.
See this blank expression.
Earworms, I was referring to Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan.
You think I've actually sat down and watched?
You haven't seen Wrath of Khan?
I haven't seen any of them. I've seen the reboot for the first film.
Because as far as, you know, I think, was it 80s? 80s or early 90s? The dogfighting scenes for that, which they used with the models, were really well done. And a good story to boot. Loads of revenge and drama.
You forget, despite everyone protesting otherwise, I'm not really a huge fan of sci-fi. Apparently, I
Shame.
write really good sci-fi, I've been told, but I'm not really a huge fan of it.
Well, it's probably because you don't just ingest a steady stream of sci-fi and therefore just aren't regurgitating.
But it's like everyone says, you must have seen so-and-so, you're a geek. It's like, no, I haven't. Here's a list of railway films I've seen.
Right, so if you want to see a Star Trek movie at some point, I would recommend you go watch Wrath of Khan.
You see, that's the problem. I don't want to see a Star Trek film. I didn't want to see the Star Wars films. But, yeah. I've seen the Star Wars
Wait,
films.
which ones?
In my time, I have seen all of them.
Oh, so you have seen the Holy Trilogy then?
Oh, I've seen the Holy Trilogy, and I've seen the other trilogy. Unfortunately, I saw number 2 at the cinema because I got dragged to it.
Oh.
I didn't pay. Fuck off my pay to see Star Wars. Star Wars. But in any of its varieties, I don't give a shit. But yeah, I was dragged to it, and
I actually had
it was as terrible as I thought it was going to be.
for most of my childhood, you know, I'd watched all the Star Wars movies every year, and then I got taken to see the first round of enhanced editions,
Oh God!
and actually look at the screen, and apparently I just, you know,
Cried.
pretended to want to go to the toilet and walked out at the point where Han Solo didn't shoot first. As a child.
You are a good man, sir.
Thank you. So we should say enhanced, but it's really been de-hanced
Yeah.
versions. Making that a thing. Prepare the hashtags.
De-hanced.
Yes. The first round of recut versions of Star Wars should be called the de-hanced editions. De-hanced?
Are you still speaking?
I'm just wondering if this cigar cutter I have will well, I'm guessing it's probably about the hole here is probably about the right size, and it's like a little guillotine. Snip, snip.
So you say snip snip, it just moves back to the Tetris with lyrics.
Yeah. That.
And that's still not quite as good as the virtual barber shop. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
TK.
that actually did remind me of the virtual barber shop. I was going to say I actually have to buy the microphones for that because I've got them on my wish list on Amazon at the moment. I was like, yeah, if I get a reasonable bonus.
Do you still have the link I sent you for the Samsung matched?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I may have.
Because I had a link that I sent you a ways back when we were still talking about the binaural audio thing, in which I actually said there's these two Samsung condenser microphones that are small, and you could probably actually set them up in the middle of a room that's sensitive enough to actually perform a binaural recording.
Well, the ones I'm looking at, you actually wear them in your ears like a pair of headphones.
Yeah, there's quite a few people there's a small industry of people that do sound tours of various cities.
Yeah,
And they'll walk around with a binaural recording headset on as they go around.
That is sound absolutely amazing. And what I'd quite like to do is take my dad's camera because it can accept an external mic input and plug in these binaural microphones into them and actually just do the filming with binaural sound.
It would be awesome.
That would be absolutely stunning. I mean, especially as because we're like doing railway photography, so you get a whole spectrum of sound surrounding you. And so that would be utterly brilliant. But yeah, I'd quite like to, just with the mics we got here, kind of set them up in the right kind of position. Because I remember, I think it was season 4 or season 5, I inadvertently set the mics up correctly to do binaural recording. And did so without realising it. And one day I was listening back to one of the podcasts.
And you say, wait, what?
And yeah, I could tell where people were in the room. That was the freakiest shit ever. It was like, when people got up to leave and closed doors and things, I could tell where in the room the door was in comparison to the people and things. That was some of the weirdest.
Was this back in your upstairs bedroom or the?
No, this was downstairs.
Master bedroom. Ah,
this was back in the big master bedroom. And when Laz was still in the show, actually, because he was one of the voices. And I think Bungle appeared at the door in one scene.
I was still semi-regular guest host when Laz was on. This is around the same time that Plants vs Zombies was a thing that he was playing.
Yeah, around about that time.
Along with Blood Bowl.
Yeah, around about that time. Shit, the show is old.
Shit, we old.
Yeah. As we said, the show is nearly 10 years old.
So should we just have the birthday episode be called No Podcast for Old Men? Because that'd be awesome.
But then people think there wouldn't be a podcast. I mean, how far off are we? We're not that far away anymore.
No, the barbecue's usually around the same time as the birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are 16 weeks away.
Wow.
We are
Exactly, or
We are
roughly?
16 shows, so not including this show.
Mm-hmm.
And the 16th show will be the birthday show. Shit, that's not far away!
Happy birthday to us.
That is not far away at all.
Nobody else is joining in. Happy birthday to us.
I'm not singing.
We can't anyway, it's copyright, but I just feel so fucking old.
So each time I do that voice, I've got now to start singing about the Lollipop Guild.
And on that note, it's a good night from the Angel Duck song.
Good night, everyone.
It's a good night from the Felis.
None at all.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for listening. We will end it on that note before it gets any sillier. But we will be back next week. And if we can have a little fanfare, please, because next week there might even be a Xavier.
Dun, dun, dun.
Coming in live via the power of Google Plus Hangouts.
You wasted your last reverb of the night chance.
Sorry. Xavier.
Johnny Spanish. Ah.
Sorry, I've
I'm about to go
wrong
Johnny
one.
Spanish. Ah, no, the moment's gone. It's too late. Okay. Why is it still on? Ricky Spanish.
It might still be on for everyone. Ooh. And so, we wish you a good night, dear listeners. Night, night, everybody. Night, night.